1894, the American astronomer Percival Lowell founded the Lowell Observatory right here in Flagstaff, Arizona. The mission of this research institution is to pursue the study of astronomy and to maintain the quality of public education. Today we're going to take a look at a day in the life of telescope engineer Ralph Nye. At the age of 12, Nye became interested in astronomy and especially telescopes. Nye says he even moved to Arizona in order to be able to enjoy his passion.
Well, early on when I was about 12 years old, I used to collect rocks, and we went on rock trips, and one guy had a telescope there at night, and that's what set the ball rolling.
At Lowell Observatory, Nye is responsible for every aspect of technical services, from fixing toilets to designing and making complex telescopes. His day starts off with an hour-long drive from his hometown to Flagstaff. After arriving, he checks his mail to see if there are any instruments that need maintenance, and then continues with his main responsibility, drawing designs for the Lowell instruments.
Yeah, when I was in school, I had drafting courses and mechanical engineering courses, and back then you did everything on two-dimensional drawings on the board with pencil and ink, and that's how I learned, and that's still how I designed after working here for almost 39 years.
Besides making the designs for the instruments of Lowell, Nye also does the mechanical work on the parts of the telescopes. While he mostly works independently, his colleagues in the mechanical workshop help him to take the telescopes apart, restore the parts, and put them back in their place. Currently, Nye's main project is the restoration of the Clark telescope. Lowell Communications Manager Kevin Schindler says this restoration is really necessary.
The Clark telescope was built in 1896, and almost every clear night it's been used either to do research for the first several decades or to carry out educational programs. And with that use, it has just got worn down over time. Gears have worn down, parts and pieces need to be replaced, and if we didn't do that soon, the instrument wouldn't be operational anymore. So we decided last year to take it down for renovation, did a fundraiser to pay for it, and then when it came time to decide who was going to head up this work, the obvious choice was Ralph, because he knows this telescope better than anybody. He's worked on it for countless hours. He knows the intricacies of how it works and what it would take to update it. So having Ralph on staff was critical to making this project work, and he and his team have done an amazing job, well ahead of schedule, and the goal was two parts really. One is to make it fully operational. The other is to make it look good, and they've done both of those very well.
Nye says there is nothing he doesn't like about his work at Lowell, and that his job is different every day. Fortunately, Nye has had the opportunity to turn his passion into his profession.
I sold a telescope to buy an engagement ring for my wife, and after we got married, she said, well, why don't you make another telescope? But she didn't know I'd make that big of a telescope, and spent 4 years building it. After I built that, I put an article in Sky and Telescope magazine, and there was a 6-page article in April 1975 issue, and that was part of my resume here at Lowell Observatory.
Because of Ralph's work, we are able to enjoy and to learn about astronomy. For Arizona on the Job, I'm Amy de Graaf.